Well, my journey hasn't been always as easy. And to be honest with you, the first 35 years of my life, I was probably a 70-30 Christian. I had faith in God and I trusted God, but to tell you the truth, I had actually more faith in man than I had in God. I can remember, having conversations with God and kind of testing God the odd time. One time, it was March and I had a couple of tough months because that's just December and January and February, and that's the car business. And I was wondering, oh man, how am I going to pay some bills? And it was midway through the month. I had sold 2 cars. And I was having breakfast and I was saying, oh God, what am I going to do? And God said, hey, do you trust me? And I go, well, I trust you, but you're not showing up for me right now. And he says, well, if you trust me and, maybe I can work things out for you a little bit. I'm going to let you sell 1 car a day, for the next, till the end of the month. So I thought, okay, I'll go with that deal. I'm a car guy. I like to make deals. So sure enough, I go back to get to work and I sell a car. The next day I sell a car. 3rd day I sell a car. It got to the 8th day and I'm feeling pretty good, pretty cocky, thinking that it's me. And I didn't sell a car on the 8th day. I remember driving home and saying, oh my gosh, God, what's going on? I thought I was supposed to trust you and whatever, and now I didn't sell a car. And you said you were going to help me sell a car until the end of the month. And he goes, yeah, this is not about you. This is about me. You have to trust me. It's not your job. It's me, doing the work in you. Oh. So the 9th day I went back to work and I sold 2 cars. Years later, I didn't know what to do. I kind of got to my end of my rope, and a business had failed. I had left the dealership that I was working for because of different issues, and it was pretty tough. I said, God, debt's a dream zapper. I've got a bunch of debt. I've got no dreams because I can't do nothing. And I felt totally strapped, tangled. And God said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. And I says, well, I am trying to seek you. He goes, yeah, but you're kind of like this 70-30 Christian. And I said, so you want me to trust you more? And he goes, yeah, I want you to trust me more. And just so that you know, if you do, your Vats are going to be full. And I go, oh, my Vats are going to be full. And I grew up for the first 11 years of my life in Manitoba, and they had these big silos. And I go, God, you're telling me that those silos, those Vats, they're going to be full? And he goes, yeah, but you have to trust me. Well, here's the thing. That journey didn't happen overnight. It was a 5-year journey. And if I would have known at that time it would have taken me 5 years, I don't know if I would have went on that journey, because it was tough. God is faithful no matter where we're at. A lot of times we want things and we ask God for the things that we want, and we want it done our way. However, that is not the way God works. God gives us immeasurably more, but it's in his way. When God said your Vats are going to be full, and my mind right away went to money, he actually brought me to Galatians 5. And if you look over my shoulder, you're going to see 3 words from Galatians 5. Love, joy, and peace. Every morning when I wake up, I look at that because it's in my bathroom. And every night when I go to bed, I look at it again. And I say, have I done that? Have I brought love, joy, and peace to every person that I meet? And as I started to grow, the joy, the love, the peace, the faithfulness started to grow in me. And I realized that God wasn't just saying your money Vats were going to be full. He was saying your life was going to be full. And I am full of fruits of the Spirit right now, and I'm living a pretty good life because of it. but life hasn't always been easy. But if I just put myself out there, God is faithful to show up.